The recipe that I'm showing to you today, ladies and gentlemen, is Unniyappam. Unni means small and appam literally translates to a pancake. It's a recipe which was documented early in the 12th century. Let's begin. This half-moon spherical cast iron pan is referred to as a takoyaki pan, a appam patra, or a panniyaram pan. Well, historically, a takoyaki or a unniyappam or a panniyaram have no connection literally and really, because the unniyappam literally is a recipe from the 12th century and a takoyaki is quite an invention of the last century. Nothing to do with that. This one is celebratory. It is sweet, it has bananas, it has cardamom, it has wheat flour. However, the traditional recipe of an unniyappam literally uses rice. It is washed, it is soaked for a couple of hours, then it's converted into a batter, then it's again kept to kind of ferment. But this one is easy. However, the Nendran variety of banana works absolutely like magic. And now, ladies and gentlemen, this reminds me of the flavors of Onam. Let's begin. First things first, let's take water and add it into powdered jaggery and convert this into a liquid. It's all going to be blended later, so do not worry about the lumps or the grits of jaggery. Also, if you have ready liquid jaggery, you can use that. If you have yellow or brown or black jaggery, you can use that as well. Let's keep the jaggery aside. In the rice flour, I'm adding in maida, which is refined flour. Into this whole wheat flour, semolina, couple of pieces of ripe banana, green cardamom, which is crushed, bits of coconut. Now I've not used fresh coconut, I've used dried copra or coconut, baking soda, and a pinch of salt. Now the next step is very simple. You take these two bowls, mix them together, and you grind this or you pulverize this nice, fine and smooth till you get a batter consistency. However, it's going to be slightly thicker. We're going to adjust that with some more water. Our batter of pouring consistency is done and ready. Well, this exactly feels like batter when you make for dosas or idli or uttapam. Let's sprinkle in some untoasted black sesame seeds. And to this, just maybe 2 tablespoons of water. And now we mix this well. Our batter is done and ready. Our panniyaram pan is also ready. The next step is to heat it, of course. Add ghee. Now ghee, there are 2 ways of actually making this, frankly. You can add a little bit of ghee, heat the pan, add in dollops of the batter and allow it to cook. The traditional way is to fill the half sphere with ghee, add in the panniyaram batter and literally deep fry it in the appam patra. Literally. We'll see what works best for us. We'll start with a little lesser quantity of ghee to begin with and then kind of keep adding or smearing here and there and then cook. Let's do that. Once the pan heats up, let's drop in spoonfuls of ghee. And once that starts bubbling on the sides, we start dropping in scoopfuls of batter, remembering the fact that the half sphere needs to be filled up with the batter. Allow it to cook for 30-40 seconds on low to medium flame. And then you carefully start flipping it. Remember, it has to form a circle. It has to form a complete round. Well, roughly so. Once that's done, we start picking up with either a toothpick or the back of a spoon and we reserve it. The same step now continues. With this, ladies and gentlemen, Unniyappam is done and ready. And at this point in time, the entire house is engulfed with the aroma of jaggery, banana and green cardamom. Well, this reminds me very loosely of a banana walnut cake. Could that be inspired from this? With a couple of tweaks, we can reach there as well. Bye for now.